Hello, it's Naoki here, back with another Now story time. So today is the 2nd of January and it's also the 20th murder anniversary of the 2002 Orchard Tower double murder case. I totally did not read that from a script. Remember that time where you're feeling insulted over someone's comment and it makes you feel like there is anger boiling inside of you? So what do? Well, a usual person would maintain its composure and breathe, but it's not the case for this case. That is a tongue twister. Actually not a tongue twister, but yeah, you get it. So basically you would tell yourself to calm down and not do anything rash. So, well, that's not the case for this brutal torture cum murder that happened right here in Singapore. It was a shocking case that shook Singapore peace because it's very rare that you see this kind of gruesome murder. Let's talk more about the case. Orchard is also known as a district that is very lively and there is boutique, cafe, bars and pubs where most people would gather around after work to have a chill night out. But that's not the case for one corner in Orchard. No, not one corner. One shopping mall in Orchard district. Yeah. I was going to say Orchard town. Then I'm like, that sounds weird. Orchard is not a town. So yeah, Orchard district. So in one shopping mall in Orchard, there was a gruesome murder. 2 bodies has been discovered to be abandoned in Orchard Tower Car Park 1. And since then, Orchard Tower has been well known for the Orchard Tower murders. The 2 victims were Kyo Naiguan, aged 46, and his girlfriend Lan Yaming, aged 28. They were both murdered by Mccrea and 3 others. Audrey Ong Pei Ling, Gemini Louis Rasbottom, and Justin Kyo Yi Tang. Audrey was the girlfriend of Mccrea and the other 2 were just friends of the couple. Michael Mccrea, also known as Mike Townsend, he was a British financial advisor who murdered over a comment made by his driver towards his girlfriend. But what comment made him cross the line of a sane person? Let's dive deeper into this case. This is the timeline of the Cole murder. In 1998, Mccrea met and hired Naiguan as his chauffeur. Becoming fast friends, Mccrea invited Naiguan and his girlfriend to live with him in Pinewood Garden apartment in Baltimore Park. I got curious where was it, so I went to Google it, and basically it's 3 to 4 million for a 3 to 4 room. So, oh my god, what? Back to the story. 2001, Audrey became Mccrea's girlfriend and secretary. So basically she moved in together with Mccrea in Pinewood Garden, the expensive 3-room flat. Not flat, it's not a flat. I don't know what it's called. Home? House? Yeah, my abode. Welcome to my humble abode. Welcome to my 3 million abode. I wish I could say that, but I will never say that because I have no. I keep going off topic, oh my god. Okay, back to the timeline. On 2nd January 2002, the fatal incident, torture and slaughter occurred in Pinewood Garden apartment. This was what was said to have happened. It was after midnight on 2nd January 2002 when Mccrea gathered with Audrey, Yaming and Naiguan to drink champagne and to celebrate the New Year's Day from the day before. During the session, Naiguan spat at Audrey and called her 贱货, basically which translates to which translates to slut in Chinese. For this, Mccrea was extremely angry and he confronted Naiguan. Naiguan, who was pushed against the wall and punched on the face, retaliated by breaking a vase on his employer's head. But it only led to Mccrea kicking him, fracturing his ribs before he held him in an arm lock and punched him repeatedly. I was trying to do the motion, I forgot how to speak, sorry. During the fight, Mccrea used too much strength and it led to fractures in the bones around the throat. leading to the 46-year-old Kyo Nae-gwan to die from strangulation. Lan Ya-ming tried to attack Mccrea with a knife, but she was knocked unconscious by Mccrea and brought to Nae-gwan's bedroom. It was 4:30 in the morning, and Mccrea realized Nae-gwan had died, seeing that the body was cold and the legs were purple. He and Ong tried to rescue Nae-gwan with CPR, but their effort was fruitless. Mccrea spent the next 2 days frantically trying to cover up Nae-gwan's death by gathering Nae-gwan's belongings for disposal. Lan Ya-ming, who was locked in Nae-gwan's bedroom, was fed some water, cranberry juice, chocolates, and was pressured into revealing where is the whereabouts of Nae-gwan's cash, including the $20,000 bonus that Mccrea gave to Nae-gwan a month prior. Mccrea was assisted by his girlfriend Audrey Ong. After the murder, the duo obtained the help of 2 other friends. Mccrea then called a friend, Gemini Louis Resbottom, to help him search for the money in the apartment, while Audrey called her friend Justine to request for help to dispose of a dead rat. Both Resbottom and Justine claimed that they were threatened by bodily harm if they do not cooperate. Both Resbottom and Justine were told to search the apartment for Nae-gwan's valuable and dispose of the bodies. Resbottom tried to come up with an excuse, saying that she had 2 daughters with her, and that excuse wasn't valid to Audrey or Mccrea. So Audrey came up with a solution, saying that she will find a babysitter for the 2 children. Wait, it's so messed up. Why would you hire a nanny for the kids and ask the mother to go and clear a crime scene? Huh? So Audrey left the apartment to go and find babysitter for the 2 children while the mother cleaned up the crime scene. On 3rd January 2002, Audrey returned to find Lan Ya-ming motionless on the floor. This was when Mccrea told him that Ya-ming was dead. Now there was 2 bodies to take care of. While Mccrea was placing a plastic bag around Ya-ming's head, Ya-ming moved, and it seems like a convulsion. Convulsion is like a subconscious muscle spasm. So basically it can happen even if the person is dead. Like, you know, sometimes when you go to a restaurant and you eat like sashimi, when you put the soya sauce on the sashimi and it twitches, yeah, that's convulsion. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Ya-ming was alive, but we will never know. Mccrea was adamant on silencing Ya-ming, so he suppressed her until she stopped moving, which led to a fatal suffocation. On 4th January 2002, after stuffing Nae-gwan's body and belongings in a wicker basket, Mccrea tied 3 plastic bags around the unconscious Lan Ya-ming's head and tightened each layer of plastic around her neck with his necktie. 28-year-old Lan Ya-ming, who was alive at that time, later suffocated due to the strangulation by the neck and died. So like I mentioned before, I wasn't sure whether Ya-ming was alive or not, but now I know she was alive. So basically that muscle spasm was her reacting because she was alive. Oh my god. Mccrea also wrapped Ya-ming's whole body in blankets and plastic strings before he and Audrey placed the body of Nae-gwan and Ya-ming into Nae-gwan's car and drove it to the car park in Orchard Tower. The 2 bodies were eventually abandoned in the car. On 5th January 2002, Audrey and Mccrea fled Singapore for London. On 7 January 2002, the bodies were discovered due to the strong rotting smell emitting from the car boot. Nae-gwan's body was found stuffed in a wicker's chest at the back of a silver-coloured Daewoo Chairman 400. Lan Min's body was bundled in the cloth and was found in the boot of the car. Like I said, the car was abandoned at the car park of Orchard Tower. So the smell must be pretty strong because it's a public area, and imagine how many people walked past that car thinking that was a normal car when they didn't know there was 2 bodies hidden inside. Oh my god. Rest in peace. Okay, so let's talk about the trial. After being at large for about 6 months, on June 2002, the couple was caught and arrested in Melbourne. As Audrey was on a tourist pass, she was deported back to Singapore to face the charges, which was fairly uncomplicated. So, in 2003, she returned to Singapore and faced charges for causing evidence and capital offence to disappear. On 7 February 2003, she was sentenced to 12 years in jail for her part in the disposal of the bodies of the murder victims. So, as for today in 2002, she had served her sentence, and I wish her all the best in her future endeavours. As for Mccrea, his situation was a little bit more tricky and a little bit more extensive. So there was a 3-year-long battle regarding the deportation issue. But he was eventually extradited to Singapore from Australia after arriving in Singapore on 28 September 2005. This was the agreement that Singapore court would not sentence him to be hanged for the murders. Upon the trial, both Bottom and Justin, the ones who aided in getting rid of the evidence, testified against Mccrea, and he pleaded guilty to 2 charges of culpable homicide and 1 charges of concealing evidence of the killing. Mccrea was then sentenced to 24 years imprisonment, starting from 29 June 2006. Currently, as for today in 2002, Mccrea is serving his sentence in Changi prison. However, if he maintained good behaviour behind bars, Mccrea will be granted 1/3 remission of his 24-year sentence, and he will tentatively be released at the age of 64 on 29 June 2002. However, members of the public commented that 24 years for this crime isn't sufficient. But the court rules that this was the maximum sentence of 10 years each for the murder of Naiguan and Yaming, so which is 20 years in total for 2 persons, and an additional 4 years for the disposal of evidence, so a total of 24 years, which is considered relatively long, as by the time Mccrea will be released from jail, he would be 64 years old. Tentatively released, not confirmed. That is still based on the court judgment, whatever. I'm just reporting on the case. In conclusion, this is truly a case that tested the boundary of one's patience. My deepest condolence for the 2 deceased, Kyo Naiguan and Lan Yaming. It just shows that we ought to be careful with our comments. Saying things that degrade or belittle others isn't something that I condone for. And I hope that everyone would process their thoughts before voicing out. Because, well, everyone have feelings, so it's better to consider others. I mean, some words are very harmful, and you might think it's not harmful, but they might think it's harmful. And also, commenting on someone's look or rumors relating to them is common when it shouldn't be, because looks can be improved, while rumors are just rumors. There's no ground evidence saying that it's true, like a fact. Well, if it's a fact, then you could... No, I'm just joking. After all, we don't know what others are going through, and just be kind. There's no harm being kind, and like I said, think before you speak. That's all for this Now Story Time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!